I don't get it. If the Reds trade Luis Castillo, there needs to be an investigation. Okay? Here this guy is. He's got a 2.36 ERA. He's 9-3 and 138 Ks and 118 innings. And they're talking about trading him? There's no way. There's no way. You would literally have to give up the farm and then some for me to even consider trading Luis Castillo. Now, Sonny Gray has been great. Sonny Gray is happy in Cincinnati. But if a team comes asking about Sonny Gray, and I'm the Reds, I'll be awful happy to listen to that, right? But not Castillo. Not Castillo. It's not going to happen, okay? I'll tell you, the guy for the Reds that I think is underappreciated, and it's tough because he has his rough starts, but Anthony DeSclafani, guys, is the guy on this pitching staff that I really think could kind of grow into a role going down the stretch in here, and I'm considering rostering him. Okay? Now, at 5-4 with a 4.29 ERA, it's not spectacular, right? It's not something you want to write home about, okay? But that said, he's not been bad. He just has had a couple bad starts. So if you can take his bad starts out, he's been pretty darn serviceable. So DeSclafani really is someone. I'm not saying I'm adding him, guys. So don't get me mistaken. But his last start sure did lend itself to him being on my radar. Okay, so again, last time out, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 11 strikeouts. Okay, that's nothing to sneeze at. This guy, when he can locate his cutter, is a really good pitcher. Okay? He's just had a little bit of trouble with consistency. Now, the bats for the Reds. What do you guys think about the bats for the Reds? Lou, Royals, just curious. Because as I see it, the Reds did something that they really aren't getting enough credit for right now by going out and getting Yasiel Puig. Yasiel Puig needs to be signed long-term by the Reds because he likes it there. 2, he kind of envisions himself as the leader of that team. And you know what? Are you going to tell him he's not? He's the kind of leader you want, right? So, if I'm the Reds, I am trying to sign Yasiel Puig to a long-term contract right stinking now because he's that good. And he's happy and he's productive. Okay? Why mess with it? He's a steal. It doesn't matter what you sign him for. 22 homers and 13 stolen bases. Guys, remember when we were talking about when he was hitting, like 205 and everybody was like, oh, this is a disaster. Dude's picked it up. Dude has picked it up. And he's showing stolen base potential that, quite frankly, he's not done consistently. He steals you 20 bases and hits you 35 homers. You're over the moon, right? And then you talk about some of these other young guys, Winker and Senzel, Trammell coming up. The Reds are heading in the right direction. If you can trade Iglesias or Gray and get another supplemental piece, you absolutely do it if you're the Reds. So yes, you're right, Lou. Sell. The Reds sell. But they don't sell Puig. They don't sell Castillo. And they don't sell Suarez. That's what I'm saying. Thoughts? Guys, I want to know. Talk to me. But I'm going to move on. The Reds won last night against Milwaukee 6-5. Sonny Gray, in 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 7 Ks, and 2 walks. Okay? On the year, Sonny Gray is now 6-6. 6-6. He's given up 11 homers and 57 walks, but sorry, I got sidetracked because I was trying to multitask. Sonny Gray, 340, 6-6, 340, 120 Ks, and 103 innings pitched. I don't think they sell Puig, Lou. I just don't. You got to watch him play. He's smiling. He's happy. He loves Cincinnati. I don't think they sell him. I don't think they want to sell him. But you're right, though. You can't just let him walk. I will agree with you wholeheartedly on that. You can't let him walk. Okay? But I think they want him. I think they want to keep him. I really do. And I think that they want to spend money on him. Okay? Okay. So, Reds MVP, Luis Castillo. Reds Cy Young, Luis Castillo. Offensive Player of the Year, Puig. Right? Sorry, page skipped on me. Give me 1 second. So, that's all I got for the Reds. We're doing our own time. 7:20. Not really. I might run over, guys. Just a little free baseball. Free fantasy baseball. My team, the Pirates. My other team, the Pirates. Again, they're in a conundrum. I'll tell you what the Pirates have, and I'll tell you why I really like watching this team. Okay? The Pirates have a really good young core. I love Kevin Newman. I love Brian Reynolds. And I love Colin Moran. Those three players are players that no one really knows about that are playing really good baseball and are all really highly thought of. Okay? So let's look at the Pirates core. I love doing this, guys. This is honestly my favorite thing, okay? So let's look at the Pirates core. I'm going to go down through here, and I'm going to give you the core of the Pirates, okay? And then we're going to talk about it. First base, Josh Bell. 26 years old. He's hitting .292, 27 homers, 71 runs, 85 RBIs. By the way, leads the majors. Okay? Again, 26, right? First baseman of the future. No doubt about it. Second base, Adam Frazier. He's 27 years old. Contact hitter. He's .277, 4 homers, 49 runs, 3 stolen bases. Again, versatile. He could play the outfield. 27 years old. Okay? Shortstop, Kevin Newman. 25 years old. .324. 6 homers, 6 stolen bases. Not bad, huh? 25, right? Colin Moran, 26 years old. .297, 10 homers, 51 RBIs. I'm not even going to talk about Byron Haynes, because we all know he's coming, all right? How about Corey Dickerson? 31 years old, granted, but a perennial 20-homer bat, okay? He was injured much of the year, but he's back and he's healthy now. I'm not going to give you stats because they're not significant, but no, he's hit 20 homers 3 times in his career, all right? Brian Reynolds, 24 years old, .340 average, 7 homers, 41 runs, 38 RBIs. Gregory Polanco is just 27 years old. Who'd I leave out, guys? If you're paying attention, it's obvious. It's obvious. At 31 years old, the Pirates have to consider trading Starling Marte. They have to do it, guys. I hate to say it because Marte has been such a great player for them, but he's playing really good ball right now. he could help a contender, he could bring back real draft capital, real prospect capital. You have to do this. It's not like you want to do it. You certainly do not. That's the last thing you want to do, right? But if you look at that young core, and then you look at a 31-year-old Marte at 276, 16 homers, 13 RBIs, they're good numbers. He's having a really good year, guys. But you have to be able to sell that knowing that your core doesn't include him. And your opportunity to get rid of him is shutting. The window is shutting. The door is shutting. Okay? I think Cleveland is a really good fit for him. And, I think a guy like Tristan McKenzie is an attainable goal. And that's what the Pirates need. The Pirates need pitching, okay? Now, let's play this game. Who finishes better? Who has more home runs? Corey Dickerson, Brian Reynolds, or Kevin Newman? I think it's Dickerson. I mean, these kids are really good. But Dickerson, if you look at his career stats, he's hit 24 homers twice. He's hit 27 homers. This kid has power. I say kid, he's 30. He's not really a kid, but he's a good ball player. So, while he only has 2 right now, I think he's going to catch up quickly to these kids. And that's not a knock on these kids, Newman and Reynolds. It's just that Dickerson's a good ball player. Now, the problem is we're the Pirates. That's the thing, though. I mean, when you start looking at these guys, Corey Dickerson still seems young, but, he's been around for a while now, right? I just think, and this is how the Pirates do business, Lou, the Marte, if you could sell Marte, Dickerson is a serviceable replacement, and Reynolds moves over to center nicely, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, okay? Now, I'll give you another big prediction, and I've said it for a little while now, and I'll even precursor this by saying they came out today and said they're probably not going to do this, but I call poppycock, all right? Baloney. You got to sell Felipe Vasquez if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates. You have to sell him. Keone Kela's getting brought back in. He can serve as your closer in the meantime. You trade him to one of these teams that really need a closer. Felipe Vasquez carries weight over any other reliever. 1, because he's left-handed, and 2, because he throws 100. He can yield much more than any of these other guys. You have to sell him. If you sell him to the Braves, you can get a guy like Ian Anderson and AJ Minter. If you sell him to the Dodgers, you can get a guy like Dustin May and Gavin Lux. I mean, it might be a little stretch, I know, but you could get a real comparable package to teams that really need them, okay? So, if you're the Pirates, you're stupid not to do that. You're stupid not to do that because, in all honesty, you're just not that good. You have potential. You've shown glimpses, but you're not going to be able to spend like the Pirates and the Cardinals and even the Brewers are. So don't fool yourself. Sell, okay? The Pirates' pitching is what has let them down. The Jameson Taillon injury early in the year was a real disappointment. But on top of that, they've really struggled with consistency. Chris Archer has been just a disaster. And you see why the Pirates don't want to go out and trade, because they don't want to. They're scared to get burned again, and I don't blame them. But you really kind of have to go after this here. Because this could be the difference between being a pretty good team and being a really good team.